flesh. You really don't want to, what does this, how does the scripture say? Mortify your members?
Yeah.
You know?
God.
You mortifying, you killing the flesh is you gaining in the spirit. Me and the brother was talking about fasting earlier. How many of you people fast? There's no need to, right? You can eat anytime you want to, 24 hours a day. You didn't have that in the ancient world. You had set times when people ate. Because it was a process. You had to kill, you had to gather, you had to fire, all of those things. So all of these things are to have you more carnally focused, to where you sow unto the flesh and you don't sow unto the spirit. Jacob, watch 100 hours of TV won't crack open the scriptures once, man. You sowing unto the flesh. You know, propaganda, more and more spells. You know, hey, that's why they say you're supposed to be, what's the word? You're supposed to be cautious of your ear and your eye gate.
Oh, the scriptures say, I'm loosely paraphrasing, but it say, be careful how thou hearest. You know, going what the brother's talking about.
Yep.
You gotta watch what you take in.
Yep. That's right. That's right. Because you know, as it said, you are what you eat. You know.
True.
You eat nothing but fleshly, carnal things. Then that's what you become. Whereas if you sow into the spirit, and there is a balance with this, it says, for he that soweth to his flesh, this is Galatians 6:8, for he that soweth to his flesh shall of the flesh reap corruption. But he that soweth to the spirit shall of the spirit reap life everlasting. And we just talked about that living water with the Samaritan woman. You know? You drink that living water, you're gonna have life everlasting. Because every time you sow into the spirit, that's what you're doing. I call it making a deposit. You're putting the kingdom on layaway. You know? Every time you open up the scriptures, you know, and you being sincere, you know, because Jake's simple as, open up the scriptures. You know? It says, verse 9, and let us not be weary in well-doing. For in due season we shall reap if we faint not. As we have therefore opportunity, let us do good unto all men, especially unto them who are of the household of faith. So I'm going to show you that the men of faith, those are the ones in which you're going to sow your spirit unto. You know, you only grow in this body because it's a spiritual body. And by you growing, you are doing what? You are supping with Yahweh Shema Shai. You're taking his words and putting them to action. You know? You're not settled on your leaves. You know? Verse 11. Ye see how large a letter I have written unto you with mine own hand. Verse 12, and this is the point, says, as many as desire to make a fair show in the flesh, they constrain you to be circumcised. Only least they should suffer persecution for the cross of Hamashiach. So, majority of the people that don't want to come into this household of faith know that it's going to be persecution that comes along with preaching this word, with sowing unto the spirit versus sowing unto the flesh. You know, that's how you mortify your members, man. You don't let the flesh rule over you. Paul talked about that several times throughout the scriptures. You know. But now he don't sow into the flesh. We don't sow into the flesh as we did before. You know? we still in the flesh, you know? But the flesh doesn't have rule over us like these people, you know? Because we have the Spirit dwelling in us. See, these people are empty. See, that's the difference. See, when you got the Spirit dwelling in you, you are full of the Spirit. But if you don't have the Spirit dwelling in you, you're empty. You're only carnal. You don't have the Spirit dwelling in you. That's why they called you dead or dry bones. You need that living water, you know, to replenish you for that deep down body thirst.
That's right.
You know, ain't talking about no Gatorade, bro. What you got, bro?
I'm looking for that.
Okay.
You say,
Well, you know what? Hey, I got one right here. See, that's the Spirit. It's Galatians 5 and 16. Says, this I say then, walk in the Spirit, and ye shall not fulfill the lust of the flesh. There it is.
right. Beautiful.
If you're walking in the Spirit,
Beautiful.
that's why the scripture says, the just shall live by faith. Faith isn't carnal. Faith is spiritual. It says, verse 16, Galatians 5 and 16. This I say then, walk in the Spirit, and ye shall not fulfill the lust of the flesh. For the flesh lusted against the Spirit, and the Spirit against the flesh. So once again, I said it earlier, all things are double one unto another. You got the Spirit against the flesh, you got the flesh against the Spirit. Every day there's a war raging. But if you live by the Spirit, the flesh is gonna die. The flesh gonna get his ass whooped every time. You know? Because that's what's gonna be necessary in Jacob's trouble. You ain't gonna be able to overcome Jacob's trouble by the flesh, or by the might of your strength, or your connections, you know? You ain't gonna be able to get in your bank accounts. All electricity gonna be cut off. It's gonna be pitch dark out here, man. It's gonna be awesome.
Yep.
It's gonna be awesome, because you're gonna see all the pride, and the proud be brought low. You ain't gonna be hearing, oh, nigger this. You know? You're gonna be like, my brother, help us out. You know? Because those men that are walking in the Spirit, they ain't gonna have one problem with it. Just like in the movie I Am Legend. You know? Hey, Will Smith was out there, even though he was losing his mind, but he wasn't tripping. They had lions and zebras and giraffes and shit. Hey, man. What you got, bro?
This is John chapter 6, verse 63. It is the Spirit that quickeneth. The flesh profited nothing.
Woo! There you go.
The words that I speak unto you, they are spirit and they are life.
Right. So the words of Yahweh by Hashem Yahushua, specifically Yahushua, because he comes in the volume of the book, that is what makes you alive. That is your power against the flesh. And really, hey man, if you've been in this truth, man, you should start to have more discipline over the flesh anyway. You know? Because you're not doing it for yourself, you're doing it for the Lord. You know? That's what rehearsing the righteous acts are all about. Preparing to do things perfectly. With no blemishes, no spots. I got a little bit more in here too.
Got it, bro.
This is Galatians 5 and 17. says, for the flesh lusteth against the spirit, and the spirit against the flesh. And these are contrary the one to the other, so that ye cannot do the things that ye would. That's that standard that the Lord is setting up. That's that yoke that he puts on us. You know? That yoke is to keep us from being like these other heathen nations, which was part of our original downfall. You know? Learning the ways of the heathens.
You want to be like them goddamn heathens.
You know? They got an image of a golden calf or 8 million kitties on a
On a goddamn statue. Yeah.
And our people fell for it. You know? Just like what's the name in that movie 300? The rat. The hunchback dude. Yeah.
I don't know his name.
You know?
Yeah.
He wanted to be a god. You know? He wanted to be adorned. And then was it Xerxes? You know? Xerxes was this, you know, I almost said Phoenician, Persian god that wanted to be adorned. And when he came up in the movie, they had them big ass, I think they were calves, big ass calves, and they had a big ass sun in the back.
Yeah.
And when you go back and you look at it, that's when Leonidas, he took that spear and he threw it right through the sun. You know what I'm saying? And it cut Xerxes' face or whatever. The reason why I'm saying all of that is to show you that people, the other heathen nations, have idols. They have false gods. But the reason why the Lord told us to follow the Spirit and not fulfill the lust of the flesh, because if you fulfill the lust of the flesh, you're going to go contrary to what the scriptures say. And you're going to do what you want.
Yeah.
Instead of what the Lord has told us to obey.
That's a beautiful point. The flesh is all about self. It's selfish. Mm-hmm. You know? But the more you get into the spirit, the more you want to give and do.
Right.
Not for this world, but for the Akyam and for this truth. You become selfless.
Right.
And you want to serve Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahweh Shah to the best of your ability. You know? Yeah, brother.
What did you read in there earlier talking about whose God is their belly?
Their belly, yeah.
Right.
Philippians 4.
Yeah.
4.
So them fulfilling their own thoughts, their own pleasures, is them fulfilling the lust of their heart. That's why this word is only for 1/3 of our nation. Because 2/3 of our nation, they gonna be like, look, I want to eat. I want to eat.
Right.
Hey, they're gonna be breaking down Walmarts, you know. They gonna fulfill the lust of the flesh. See, because this is a spiritual delineation between those that obey the Heavenly Father and those that do not. You know, this is that hour of temptation that's spoken of the scriptures. What you got?
Yeah, I'm gonna tell you, this is Romans chapter 8, verse 1. There is therefore now no condemnation to them which are in Mashiach Yahushua, who walk not after the flesh, but after the Spirit.
Woo! See, we talked about how there's no condemnation to them that believe.
Yeah.
Because when you believe, what are you believing in? The Holy Scriptures. If you believe in the Holy Scriptures, the living water, in spirit and in truth, that means that you are going to walk in the spirit of those living waters and of truth. This ain't gonna be something you just do on the weekends. This is a lifestyle. This is our culture. This is our heritage.
Right?
We were created to be spiritual people primarily. And in the kingdom, it's gonna be that way. You know? Bosom buddies?
Yeah, bosom buddies, exactly.
In the kingdom, the Lord gonna give us a new body. There ain't gonna be no warring against the flesh. You know, in the kingdom, that body gonna be, keep walking in the spirit. You know? Because walking in the spirit is how while we are joint heirs with Yahweh Shemi Yahushua.
That's it.
You know, which is spoken of in that same chapter. You got it.
Now I know you brothers hear that in the background, but I wonder if they're gonna get any complaints about the noise. You know, like I said, yeah, they'll come out here and nitpick with us. But I say, hey, same thing Yahushua was saying about them wicked scribes and Pharisees. It applies to this entire place. They'll strain at a neck when it comes to us, but they'll swallow them type of camels.
Yep.
Because that's of the world, that's of the flesh.
Yep.
So they don't have a problem with it. They have a problem with us because, like we was going into, we bring out the truth, and we're out here in the spirit. And they pick up on that.
Yeah.
Because they know this is not of their spirit. And it creates animosity.
And it's not of the world.
Exactly. And it creates animosity. So I'll read that one more time. This is Romans chapter 8, verse 1. There is therefore now no condemnation to them which are in Yahushua, or in Mashiach Yahushua.
Right.
Who walk not after the flesh, but after the spirit.
That's a demon, bro.
Yeah, she a fucking demon.
Nah, she a super demon, bro.
Yeah.
Both of them are.
Both of them really.
Super
yeah.
demon. I mean, because, all right, what does the scripture say? You have received your consolation. Living in these laws and shit, like fucking $4,000 or $5,000 a month or whatever, man.
Yeah.
They come down here and bother us. You know?
I said, Yahweh Shemi Yahushua gave them that little victory, and that's it. That's good as it get for them.
No, and that's why they constantly record. Every time she come down here,
Yeah,
she got
been doing that.
yeah, right.
Yeah.
You know? So yeah. Oh, what? Oh yeah, I saw something fall out.
Yep.
Did it break?
Yeah.
Oh yeah, I saw something. I was picking it up here a second ago. Nah, man. Hey, like I said, hey, it must not be a good spirit on that one. You know what I'm saying? We had to let it roll. You know what the scripture says? For they have received their consolation.
So yeah, man, you know, they gonna make their play. Like I said, they might win a battle here, a battle there, but we gonna win the war. And once we win the war, man, yeah, like the brother said, as concerning these people, man, when the Most High get ready to do His thing, all mouths will be stopped. All that mocking and scoffing, all that pride against us and the word of truth of Yahweh Shemi Yahushua, all that's going to be washed away with the coming of this tribulation.
Oh, you got it? Okay. Yeah, because you only going to be able to survive the hour of temptation by the Spirit. What's up?
Constellation or
Consolation.
Okay.
Yeah, consolation.
Yeah.
I believe.
Yeah, that's right. That's right.
Yeah, I mean, so you ain't gonna be able to survive Jacob's trouble, the hour of temptation, anything really, because everything that the scriptures talk about is spiritual. Scripture says the law is spiritual. The law is placed in our inward parts. That's gonna be spiritual. Okay? Yahweh Shemi Yahushua ain't gonna take the book and just put it in you. There you go. No, we're gonna live spiritually in complete harmony and order. That's the only way you're gonna be able to avoid Jacob's trouble. And you have to grow your faith. You know? That's one of my main keys that I always, talk about, at least in lessons, is because in that hour of temptation, Jacob's trouble, faith is all you're going to have. Faith that the Lord is going to lead you to deliverance. And if you don't even practice your faith, then how are you going to be able to utilize your faith? You know, faith ain't something you just say I have. You know, another lesson I did talking about faith and works. You know? Which is another reason why you got to get out here on the highway.